I'm your host, Natalie Rydström. The US Open is just days away and the draw is scheduled to be released Friday. Here with us now to discuss the futures market value is SBRForum sportswriter and contributor Richard O'Hagan. Richard, thanks for joining us.
Hi Natalie, it's great to be here again.
Tennis Hall of Famer John McEnroe has sparked a bit of media frenzy over his recent comments that he believes Roger Federer will not win another Grand Slam. His current price is 15-1, seems in line with that belief. Do you think FedEx will win another? And more importantly, will he win this one?
I think it's possible that he's going to win another because the other three big names in world tennis, Djokovic, Murray and Nadal, they've all had injury problems over the last few years. And Federer seems to have managed to avoid most of those. So it's possible he could find himself in a Grand Slam where the other three are not taking part when fully fit or indeed competing at all. So I think that'll happen, but I don't think it will happen here. He's at long odds, and the reason why he's at long odds is because he's just not been playing that well this year. And he's not been the force of old. So yes, possibly in the future we will see him come back and he will get that 15th Grand Slam. I don't see it happening at Flushing Meadow.
Right. Now, the shorter odds are broken down between Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal, priced at 2-1 and 2.25-1 respectively. What do you make of each player's chances here?
Well, partly it's actually going to depend upon the draw, because conceivably they could find themselves in the same half of the draw because of the way the seedings work. So that's one reason why you've got to be a little bit cautious. Another reason is Andy Murray. He's the reigning champion. He's the Wimbledon champion. He likes playing at Flushing Meadow. He's usually managed to do well there. And there's no reason at the moment he's recovered from the back problems that caused him to miss the French Open. And of course, he's chasing Djokovic for the world #1, and he needs to repeat on the ranking points that he got from winning here last year. So I would say probably be very cautious about those two, be a bit more optimistic about Andy Murray.
Right, Andy Murray is actually priced a bit higher at 3.75-1. How deep a run do you see him making, and do you see his price improving a bit should there be a favourable draw?
Well, he's bound to be seeded to play against Djokovic in the final. So from that point of view, you've got to say, well, the draw should favour him. He shouldn't have anybody in there that he can't beat. It's possible, though, also that the way the draw falls, that sometimes strong players who've dropped down the rankings for some reason, usually due to injury, could find themselves in his little section. So it is going to be important where the draw places him. But I would say, yeah, that's a good price at the moment.
Okay, and are there any long shots you think are worth considering at this point?
Well, the big long shot really is Juan Martín del Potro, who is the only one outside of the Big Four to have won a Grand Slam in the last 5 years. He won this tournament back in 2009. He's going to be priced at around about 10-1 for this competition, and he has been playing really well. If you think back to Wimbledon and his epic semi-final match against Djokovic, where he was carrying an injury and still almost pulled off what would have been a real upset in that game, I think that he's possibly the man in the best form out of all of the top 5 or 6 in the world. He should go well here. And so he'll be my pick for someone outside of those top 4 to win this.
Okay, definitely worth considering there. Richard, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week for some more US Open coverage.
Thanks, Natalie. I'll definitely be here.